Welcome to InfraCircle. We have with us Head of Sistema Asia Fund Advisory, Mr. Andre. So, Sistema JSFC has launched a proprietary fund which was registered in Singapore with an initial corpus of $50 million. So, Andre will talk more about the fund which was launched a year back. So, Andre, it's been a year that you launched this fund which will invest in the technology startups in India. So, how has been the progress so far? How much have you invested till now?
It was our first year here in India. It took us some time to shape the strategy. We more or less understand now what we are looking at, what we are trying to find here in the local market. So we are coming usually to the BC round with a company with their stable cash flow, more or less revenue stream should be stable, and break-even point should be quite in the near future. So we're quite late already. The idea of coming this BC round is to shorten the time before exit. So we are invested so far in the two companies. The third is coming and I think will be announced very quickly. And as soon as we should keep some money aside, to top up to the existing companies, we think it's proper time for us to start raising another fund.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plans of enhancing this initial corpus, or is there any plan of coming up with a new fund anytime soon?
Yes, we decided that Sistema will initiate a second fund, but this time it will be not proprietary fund of Sistema. Sistema will stay as an anchor investor but invite external LPs. We have in mind a $100 million fund, so ideally it should be $50 million coming from Sistema and 50% we should raise from the external LPs. Using Sistema huge network, both internationally and specifically in Europe.
So is there any specific target, in the Indian startup space which you are looking at?
We look broadly in the two verticals. One is technology, what is tech consumer, because it's like what we have in experiences both in Russia, Europe, and our experience here in India based on our telecom companies, and we keep looking in the two segments, try to build up expertise here and try to help their companies we invested in both in operations, specifically in marketing and client relationship, which we are very strong to, because Sistema has a gene code of building up leaders, and we have a huge track record in Russia in this respect, and providing to our companies access to the international market, using our network, both in Europe, Russia, China, and internationally.
So it's been a year that you are present in India now in this space. So what are the challenges that you see in the startup community? Any regulatory challenges do you see?
I don't see any particular regulatory challenge in this respect, in this particular area. I think challenges are two of them. One is a very low liquidity level of the startups because Indian companies don't buy. And we are used to situations specifically, for example, in the US when majority of all exits, in the US market coming from the corporate acquisitions. So if this situation will not change in the near future, we really all pray and hope that it will change, then it will be liquidity will stay an issue in the Indian market as by far the biggest obstacle. And number two is the quality of startups. Still we should work on it, specifically from their client quality issues in general and client relationship customer service issue, which is particularly weak point of the majority of startups. That's actually when we come, to help the startups, because our team from SSTL and marketing customer relationship, just spending tons of time now with companies, try to mentor them, to help them, advise them how to do it in the best way.
What makes India different from the other markets, and why did you decide to start with Indian market?
When I bring my potential LPs from Europe here, I bring them to IITs here, and people jump on them from this full of energy, full of proposals, which is very different situation if you come to any established institution now in the educational institution in the West. India full of energy. The idea is, and like for us it means that their inflow of startups will never end in the near future. The guys are ready to work hard, ready to invest their time, their resources, and just to do a good business. The idea is that if their competition getting stronger and stronger, less in India but more international market. We've seen in different examples, and only a small number of Indian companies, software companies, technology companies in general, coming to US market, they can survive and compete proudly there in this market. A lot of companies pulled out or just were put on the margins there. So our task, what I've seen, is to bring this quality to their company building in Indian startups, and I think we are very good in it, based on our track record in Russia.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
He was Mr. Andre, and he was talking about Sistema Asia Fund, which focuses only on the Indian startup space.